Well, hi there, and welcome to this RuB Incorporated webinar, Protecting Your Assets with ActiValve. My name is Rich, and I'm a Senior Manager with IEEE Global Spec, and I'd like to review a few housekeeping items with you before we begin. Let's take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the operation of the user interface for today's webinar. Now, the large window that you're currently viewing with the heading RuB Presentation in the upper left, that's the primary window for today's webinar. If you look to the right of that main presentation window, you'll see the speaker's bio window, and that contains background information on today's presenters. Now, just below that, there's a Q&A window, and at any time during the presentation, you can enter a question into the box in the lower section of the window and click Submit. Your question will then be placed in a queue for our speakers to address when we get to that Q&A session. Now, if you look to the bottom of your screen, you will see additional buttons to enhance your webinar experience. If you'd like to see what a particular button does, just hover your mouse pointer over it, and a tooltip will appear with a description of that button's function. Now, at this time, I'd like to introduce our presenters. First, we have John Shelander. John is Vice President of Sales for Engineered Products at RuB Incorporated. He has 25 years of experience in the aero defense and semiconductor industries, specializing in highly technical engineered products. Now, joining John today is Andres Rodriguez. Andres is Vice President of Sales and Marketing for RuB Incorporated and has 25 years of experience serving the hydraulics, plumbing, and waterworks industries, championing new and innovative products for water conservation, water purification, and water distribution. Okay, it looks like John Shelander will be starting us off today. So John, I'll pass things over to you, and you can go right ahead.
Welcome everybody, and thanks for joining us today. This webinar is about protecting your assets with a new product called ActiValve. ActiValve is an auto water shutoff device designed and manufactured by RuB Inc. In this webinar, we'll explain how ActiValve will automatically protect your home from any significant water damage caused by freezing and bursting pipes. Today we'll talk a little bit about RuB the company, what ActiValve is, how ActiValve works, and why you need to protect your house against freezing and burst pipes, how to install ActiValve, and then we'll answer some questions from the audience on ActiValve, and finally we'll let you know how you can purchase ActiValve. First, a little information on RuB the company. RuB is an Italian manufacturing company that traces its roots back 7 generations to 1828. RuB headquarters are in Brescia, Italy, with a North American distribution warehouse in Shakopee, Minnesota, and sales office in Tokyo, Japan. RuB has distribution in over 60 countries and focuses on 1/8 inch to 4-inch hot forged brass ball valves for air, water, oil, and gas in industrial applications. All RuB products are proudly 100% made in Italy. Now let's talk about ActiValve. ActiValve is a unique new product that protects your house and limits any potential water damage from freezing and burst pipes. It works by sensing the air temperature and automatically shuts your water main off before temperatures reach levels that would cause pipes to freeze. ActiValve is an economical way to add an extra layer of protection for your house and valuables. Why do you need protection? Well, because when outside temperature drops below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a good chance pipes in homes with less than adequate insulation are likely to freeze and burst. Insurance experts report that during severe winter weather, the largest insured losses come from frozen pipes bursting. Property Claims Services recorded 2014-2015 winter season insurance losses for the main winter storms at $2.3 billion. Is your home protected? Did you know that just a 1/8 inch crack in a pipe can leak more than 250 gallons of water each day that can destroy floors, furniture, appliances, and valuables? Insurance companies estimate that each year pipes freeze in 50 million U.S. households, and of these, 250,000 households end up with pipes that burst and leak water. The average burst pipe insurance claim is $10,000 to $15,000. The American Insurance Association reports that 22%, 1 in 5 claims on homeowner policies are for cold weather damage, and its members pay out $1.4 billion each year. And according to State Farm, on average, 250,000 American families have one or more rooms in their homes ruined and their lives disrupted each winter by water pipes freezing and bursting. Over the past decade, insurance payments for these kind of claims have exceeded $4 billion. It's easy to see that burst water pipes cause severe damage. I don't know if you've had a chance to see damage caused by a broken water pipe, but burst pipes caused by freezing temperatures can cause thousands of dollars of damage to your valuables and irreplaceable items, and can also lead to mold, which can threaten your health. When winter storms hit, there's a good chance that there'll be a power outage, and devices that require electricity will not operate. Standard homeowner policies only cover damage covered by wind, freezing rain, and snow, so guess what? You probably aren't protected against the largest cause of damage, which is water damage caused by freezing water pipes. And if you are covered, the insurance payment will probably not cover all of your loss. Think you might be able to turn the water off yourself? That's great, but what if you forget? Or you're away from home longer than expected, or your cabin is 4 hours away? Or what if there's an emergency at home and you're away? And if you are home, research shows that only 1 in 6 people know where to turn the water main off in case of emergency. What if there is an emergency? Chances are you may have a low quality or older gate valve that is probably stuck due to some calcium buildup, causing it to be non-operational and even break as you're trying desperately to close it. You may not know the location or have access to your water main shutoff valve. You may not be home, so does your spouse know where to locate the water main shutoff? How about the children? During all this, the clock is ticking and water is leaking all over your valuables and flooding your home. The solution? ActiValve, the auto water shutoff device. ActiValve will provide peace of mind, and you'll know that you're always protected. So how does ActiValve work? First of all, ActiValve is designed for quality. We start with a high-quality forged brass ball valve that is 100,000 cycle rated. The ball valve is specially designed for low-torque operation and is made of lead-free brass that is approved to NSF ANSI 61 and NSF ANSI 372 certifications and complies to the Safe Drinking Water Act. Each and every RuB valve is 100% dual seal tested before leaving the factory. The actuator has an aerospace-grade thermal sensor that is rated to 45,000 cycles and a high-quality stainless steel spring that is rated to 30,000 cycles. ActiValve is designed and made to last. ActiValve features an aerospace-grade thermal actuator that is designed to trigger at 48 degrees Fahrenheit. If your house temperature falls this low, there's something definitely wrong with your heating system. We designed the trigger temp set point at 48 degrees Fahrenheit so there would be adequate margin of safety to cover temperature differentials that may exist between the installation location of your ActiValve and other areas of your house that may be dropping in temperature at a faster rate. ActiValve is also a patented product. Power outages are very common during winter storms, where snow and wind can topple trees that bring down power lines. ActiValve is completely mechanical and will work without the need for electricity or batteries, so you're covered during these winter storm-related power outages. ActiValve protects your house 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, without the need for power. How's that for peace of mind? ActiValve comes with easy-to-read instructions, and the installation is really simple. You can do it yourself, if you're handy, or have a plumber install it for you. First, install the valve. Get your tools and the towels and bucket ready. Locate and turn off the main water supply entering your house. This is usually in the basement in northern regions. Make a small cut in the pipe with a pipe cutter and drain any residual water, being careful to collect it in a bucket. Finish the cut with a pipe cutter and remove a 1 3/4 inch section. Prepare and sand the pipe edges with an emery cloth. Then install and tighten the quick attach compression ends with a wrench. Next, attach the actuator. Using a screwdriver, attach a metal plate to the valve using the screws provided. Then simply attach the actuator to the plate with screws that are also provided. Turn on the main water supply and check for any leaks. Activate the active valve by turning the blue knob counterclockwise until it stops. Then check the status window and it should read water on. Test the unit by pressing the red button to shut the water off. Then turn on the blue knob counterclockwise one more time and you're all set. The installation location should be the nearest accessible location where the water main enters the house. This may be in different locations depending on what part of the country you live in. The basement is the most common installation location, but you might also find the best location to be in the laundry room or even under your kitchen sink. This diagram shows a water main entering the basement, so the installation location should be the closest accessible location just after the water main enters the basement, as the arrow shows. The active valve is easily operated. Turn the blue wheel counterclockwise to turn the water on and simply push the red button to shut the water off. It's so easy even a child could do it. The visible indicator window at the bottom of the unit tells you if the water is on or off. A good analogy for active valve is that it's like wearing your seatbelt in your car. It does not completely eliminate the risk of injury during a crash, but everyone agrees that it's an important and much needed protection. Active valve is a unique product that economically protects your house from any significant water damage caused by freezing and burst pipes. This concludes the presentation, so let's now take some questions from the audience.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for that great presentation. Now, before we get to those questions, I would just like to remind everyone, if we don't get to your question, don't worry. An RuB representative will have an answer for you after the webinar. The complete Q&A transcript, including answers we don't have time for, will be sent to all of our registered attendees and will be posted with the webinar when it goes into the on-demand mode. Also, you'll want to stay tuned for a special webinar promotion that we will reveal at the end of this webinar. Okay, let's move on to the questions, shall we? Our first question asks, what sizes does ActiValve come in?
ActiValve has 7/8 compression ends for 3/4 inch copper pipe. It is very easy to install.
And thank you very much, Andres, for that answer. Here's another question. Does ActiValve have a warranty?
Yes, it has. It has a 5-year warranty. ActiValve is made to last.
Thank you very much for that answer. Let's take a look at another question. Is ActiValve certified for drinking water?
Yes, it is. It is approved for drinking water by both NSF ANSI 61 and NSF ANSI 372 certifications.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Andres. Let's take a look at another question. What is the best place to install ActiValve?
The best place to install ActiValve is at the nearest accessible location right after the water main enters your home.
Okay, Andres, thanks for that answer. Here's another question for you. Can you install ActiValve outside your home?
Now, ActiValve is designed to be installed inside your home. It senses air temperature inside the structure it is set to protect.
And thank you again for that answer. Here's another question. Can ActiValve be installed in homes without a basement, or how about crawl space and concrete slab installations?
Yes, it can be installed in these situations, potentially in the laundry room or in the kitchen or at the closest room where the water main enters your home.
And thank you for that answer. It looks like we do have a lot more questions here, so let's get to another one, shall we? Can I use ActiValve for semi-commercial applications?
Yes, you can. It is really more of a function of pipe size.
Okay, great. Here's another question. Why is ActiValve set to trigger at 48 degrees Fahrenheit?
This is to ensure protection to the entire house. It gives you a margin of error to account for differences in temperatures around your home that result from variations in how the house was built.
Okay, great answer. Moving on to another question. Do I need to insulate the upstream pipe before ActiValve?
Yes, we recommend insulating any exposed upstream pipe between the entry point and the actual location of ActiValve.
Okay, and the next questioner asks, how long does it take for ActiValve to trigger after it has reached the set temperature?
Right away. It triggers immediately.
Thank you very much for that answer. And this next questioner asks, is it possible that a pipe may burst even after ActiValve has shut the water main off?
Yes, if temperatures continue to drop. However, it is limited to residual water left in the pipe, which should be minimal.
Okay, and here's another question. Does ActiValve turn the water on automatically as well?
No, this is an important safeguard. The homeowner must manually turn the water back on, but this is done by simply turning the blue wheel.
Okay, great. Thanks for that answer. We have time for a few more questions. Let's take a look at another, shall we? Can I install ActiValve by myself, or do I need a plumbing professional?
Installing ActiValve is very simple. It is very easy to do for anybody that has any do-it-yourself experience in minor plumbing. However, if you wish, you can also have a plumber make the installation for you.
Okay, thank you, Andres, for that answer. The next attendee would like to know, where can I buy ActiValve?
You can call RuB customer service at 1-800-468-4131 and they will take good care of you. Again, that is 1-800-468-4131. You can also email us through the contact information provided with this webinar.
Okay, thank you very much, Andres and John. We're going to have to wrap up this webinar right there. That's all the time we have for questions right now. Thanks for spending some time with all of us today. Thanks again, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.